So the title for now is Cool Times with Austin and Anthony. Just for the first 10 episodes. And that'll be the album. It'll be an album.
I really don't...
But, like, this is it. We ditch it completely.
I don't want to...
We don't publish this album.
Presumptuous Cool Times.
We
People need to figure that out on their own. You know what I mean? I don't know. Can we just put Life with Austin and Anthony?
Yes. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Life with Austin and Anthony.
Hello.
Is that the title?
It's the working title at the very least.
Working title. This is episode 5 of the beta. Thanks for sticking with us for this long. Or coming in on episode 5 if this is your first episode.
Yeah, 5 is like over a month. That's kind of a big milestone.
Yeah, I think this means we're actually going to stick with this.
Yeah, I had that feeling after the first one, honestly. Yep. Just the cohesiveness and everything like that.
Yeah, I did too. I think that's a big part of actually having a successful podcast is not just having like people that you can go back and forth with easily, but someone that's like on your level that you know isn't going to back out just because it's work.
Exactly. I think we have a good rapport and we both enjoy the same topics.
Agreed. And now that we've successfully blown smoke under both of our dresses,
yeah, exactly.
we can move on to some topics now. We weren't able to solicit questions from listener this week.
Womp.
Notice I
yeah. There's at least two.
Okay, there's at least two. But anyway, we weren't able to solicit topics this week because we're recording on Wednesday, and I forgot to post a Facebook post on Tuesday.
We're slackers this week.
Okay. That's okay. It's been a crazy week for both of us. Got a lot of things we're trying to work out.
That's all right. We're still working pretty hard on the podcast. We got the Podbean thing going.
Yeah. So we're working on getting stuff on like different podcast services, so you don't have to work with SoundCloud anymore.
Exactly.
Soon it'll be on iTunes, so you can rate us on iTunes and send to your friends on iTunes
and Google Play.
Anthony's very pro Apple, if you haven't noticed already.
That's negative. I don't care anymore these days, but yeah. Google Play too.
Yeah. But anyway, episode 5, 10 episodes in the beta, then we're going to relaunch with an actual title, Facebook group, and we're going to be on iTunes and everything. Will it end up being Life with Austin and Anthony? No one knows. Stay tuned. But until that moment, we've got things to talk about, Anthony.
All right.
It's been a really exciting week for a lot of reasons, one of which being Second Christmas, as I like to call it. E3, the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, is that what that... Man, I feel really bad because I had no idea what that even stood for.
Well, you love video games and stuff, but you're a PC person mostly.
I'm PC, and I'm like, a lot of video gamers would probably call me casual, but whatever.
Yeah, but you play games like The Witcher and stuff. And
I will, yeah.
Yeah, and you spend like a gazillion hours in VR.
Well, since it's been warm out, I don't know, people that watch me on Facebook, I've really been kind of...
Okay.
I'm not slacking even on that.
Right,
but yeah.
Slacking. But yeah, you do things like that. You're I don't think anybody would be able to call you a casual. You just don't necessarily, like, keep up on the news as much as, like, crazy people that watch E3 every year.
Yeah.
But, and like, E3 has PC stuff, too, but it's mainly console-centric.
Yeah, it does seem that way from past observations, yeah.
It is. But, yes, E3 is happening this week, and, of course, the most exciting things about E3 are the press conferences.
Yeah.
My favorite, of course, being the Sony press conference. So, usually every year, like, the big publishers of the video game industry have each their own press conference. Like, EA's usually got their own. EA wasn't at E3 this year. They had their own press conference in a separate event, but they still had a press conference. Like, Activision, I think... They usually have a press conference, and Ubisoft had a press conference this year, and then you've got the big dogs like Sony and Microsoft.
And what do they do at these press conferences?
So it's a big it's a celebration of their brand, and it's also a place where they can announce a huge amount of games and video game centric things. Is
this like their Super Bowl, or what would be the equivalent? So I guess would this be their like big one time thing of year? Because I know they have there's many conferences around the world. Mm-hmm. So this is like the biggest one?
Yes.
I honestly am asking.
Okay. Yeah, so you've got conferences around the world, like you said. You've got TGS, which is the Tokyo Game Show.
Okay.
It's in Japan, obviously.
Really? Oh, Tokyo's. Okay.
You got GDC, which is in Germany, I think.
Oh wow, I've never even. Yeah, okay.
There's that one.
No,
then you've got more like consumer, like businessy oriented ones, or like tech oriented ones, like CES.
Okay.
So, like,
I think I'm more geared towards like tech hardware.
Yeah.
When I like Google, I follow Google I/O and things like that. But that's okay. That's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, is Google I/O like their own big?
That's their big.
event?
That's their like Super Bowl, I guess.
It's exactly like that. So they
Okay.
get up on the stage and their CEOs and their representatives talk about their new products every year.
Oh right, okay.
It's exactly the same thing.
So I kind of follow Nvidia's thing. So okay, yeah.
Yeah. So the Sony one this year. Okay, we won't even start with the Sony one right now.
Okay.
One of the big things that was announced in the Microsoft press conference, which is one of the kind of big things that like spoke to me as a console gamer, was Microsoft confirmed that they have 2 new versions of the Xbox One coming out.
I heard rumors about this, yeah.
Yeah, and I figured you'd have a lot of input on this because like you're big into like hardware and like stuff like that. So right now they've got the Xbox One, of course, which is a great name, but we won't talk about that.
Xbone.
Yeah. So they announced a new console, the Xbox One S, taking a page.
And that's the Slim, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's smaller. It's got like more hard drive space.
Okay. Yeah.
Just sucks less in general.
Uh-huh.
Not that the Xbox One sucks, but it's just a better console.
Mm-hmm.
And that's coming out soon. And then next year, I think they said 2017, they've got a newer console coming out, which is almost like an Xbox 1.5. It's called Project Scorpio right now. So it's like the Xbox, but apparently it's going to be like the most powerful gaming console that's ever been released. It's going to have like a ridiculous chipset and like crazy fidelity, and it's going to have 4K.
So they're assuming they're going to beat the PS 4.5
or whatever it is
already.
Well,
somehow.
They're assuming that, and they know Sony's got something in it. And you have to
because the PS4 was like instantly powerful, more powerful than an Xbox. Yeah.
It was. They actually worded it in an interesting way in the press conference. They said, "We believe when this comes out, it will be the most powerful gaming console, just in case
Sony pulls a fast one."
Yeah, because Sony didn't talk during this press conference about their new console, like the Neo. They've confirmed that it exists, but they didn't talk about it at E3 at all. So it seems like they're pulling the same thing that they did when they announced, the release date and price for the PS4.
Okay.
Is they let Microsoft go first, and Microsoft announced a release date, and they announced a price.
Yeah.
Sony waited. They let Microsoft have their day for like a month. Then they came out during Paris Games Week, which is another conference that nobody talked about until like a couple years ago.
It's the French.
Yeah.
And
they came out and undercut them in every way. It's coming out sooner, and it's cheaper.
So is this repeating itself?
It's what it seems like they're doing.
Okay. Well, that's kind of shrewd on Sony's part, then.
Very shrewd. They've got this strategy down where they let the other guys go first.
Yeah.
And like, there's a lot that goes into developing hardware, right? They work on it for years, and they give it to developers, and developers start working on games quickly.
Billions of dollars.
Exactly.
Per console,
Yeah, so they don't have ultimate flexibility to maybe pull something like this, but if they got wind of Microsoft's expectations for how powerful this console is going to be, maybe they did pull the rug under from.
I mean, it's all about like cost profit, maximization for Xbox and PlayStation, because you can put like graphics cards in a console like a Titan X or a 1080, but it's going to cost like $800 just to make a profit.
Exactly.
So it's that whole thing where they got to figure out like how powerful is this going to be for the consumer's need, and then how much money are we going to actually make on it? Mm-hmm. Basically trying to make the hardware as cost effective as possible. Mm-hmm. So I'll be curious to see what both Xbox and PlayStation, even though I'm not like into like console gaming, I keep my finger on the pulse just to see what's up with the industry, just because it's interesting. Yeah. Just to see where it's going, and like that. The more powerful the console games or the console systems, the more powerful that PC games will be in the future. So it actually rises, the tide rises all boats basically. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting to see. I
agree that it's definitely interesting. And being a PlayStation person, not that I like we talked last week, I'm like a fanboy and that I hate Xbox and all this stuff.
Well, you did mention you might consider an Xbox in the future if it was good enough.
Yeah, and this seems enticing.
Yeah.
This might give me another reason to buy it. They don't have like too many like, the reason that I would buy a console is the games, right?
Yeah.
The reason I'm on the PlayStation side of the fence is because they're exclusives and Sony's first-party studios that make games for them.
And I'm not a big fan of
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because it's like just easier and cheaper to have a console.
Yeah.
Right? That's why I have a console, over PC. But but this it makes it more enticing for me as a PlayStation person to maybe get an Xbox in addition to my PlayStation.
How about, let me throw a radical idea out here.
Oh my god, what's gonna happen?
I mean, Xbox could do this. So,
okay.
I mean, I think they kind of already do it anyways. But what happens if they make it more powerful, but then they also integrate PC-like abilities for the living room, but make it like more seamless than it is currently? So it would be like a PC and a gaming thing. So it'd start blurring the lines between PC and console.
Okay, like what kind of stuff do you want it to do?
Like where you could get wireless remotes, or keyboards rather, and mice, have Netflix. Like, I guess they already kind of do that, but kind of like market it more like you can actually do Excel spreadsheets on this, because Windows 10 is like free now. So why don't they just start pumping where you can switch over to Windows 10? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could use, think of the college kid. College kid talking to their parents. I'm going to college in the fall. I don't know when Xbox is expecting to release or whatever, but think about this. So Xbox is like, okay, we're going to make the new Xbox be more powerful gaming machine, but we're also going to put in our Windows 10 and our basic Office suite on it. So all you have to do is plug in a wireless or wired keyboard and mouse. You can literally have this as your college computer and gaming system.
Yeah, I
don't know.
Saying.
I mean, that's kind of like...
what you're saying, yeah.
So you can literally... Like, it would be a true all-in-one machine. Because you would have a legit Windows 10.
Right.
I mean, because the consoles are getting kind of powerful enough where they can run, like, Photoshop and stuff like that easily anyways. Especially if they're going to bump them up like this.
Yeah.
I think that would be a shrewd move by them. I think that would be wise.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be a bad idea.
Because PlayStation does not have an operating system that's already, like, dominant in the market.
No.
So that would be a curveball. I mean, I just thought of this, like, right now. I think that would be unbelievable. Like,
so, okay.
I don't know.
So, I mean, they called it the Xbox One for a reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Like an all-in-one.
All-in-one.
Yeah.
But the reason why I don't think they will do that specifically is because they seem to be coming at it from the other direction.
Okay.
Where the other big theme of their press conference was Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusive.
Right, you're right.
Right?
I have seen it. Yeah, they're trying to get people on PC to go through their store.
Yeah, on both. So they've got games coming out. There really aren't that many Xbox One exclusives anymore.
I've got a news alert though. Like, everybody does not everybody online is in agreement that Xbox game app on PC is absolute hot trash.
Oh, and I've heard that too.
It's horrible.
I've heard the same thing.
Bad.
It's like, I mean, it's new and early.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
and I'm sure it'll get. It's Microsoft, they know what
that's
they're doing.
True. They're big and
early.
slow.
Yeah, exactly. So they're doing that. So it seems like they're not necessarily going the route where they would update their Xbox One to have like Microsoft Excel on it, but they're bringing their PC marketplace into their more console-centric space.
Okay.
Where you can now play all the Xbox One exclusives on PC too. And that kind of dilutes the Xbox One in what it is.
It does.
Because, like, if people have a PC, like, everyone has a PC, it might not be powerful. It might not be powerful enough to play, like, Forza Horizon 3 or something like that.
Like little games.
Yeah, but little games, like, if they have smaller, like, indie exclusives or something, Xbox One and Windows 10 exclusives. So it's, like, it's interesting what they're doing now because they're not just marketing their console. They're also acknowledging that they have this other business that is tied together with it. And they're also doing kind of like a cross-buy Sony-ish kind of thing, where if you buy one on one platform, you have it on all of them.
Yeah.
So if you buy it on your PC, you have it on your Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I love about anything PC, and like especially like Google, like once you buy it, well, I guess Apple's like that too. So once you buy it, it like works for everything. Yeah, so I love that.
Yeah.
So I think we're both in agreement, but coming at it from like different angles. Like the console and PC is like the lines are being blurred, and we can see the beginnings of that right now.
Yeah.
Which is good. It's good. I think it's good for everybody.
Yeah. I remember.
We just need to get rid of exclusives. But yeah.
That's nothing. That'll never happen.
Yeah, Oculus is starting to do it, so it's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah, it's interesting hearing your perspective on exclusives since you come from a PC area.
Yeah, we hate exclusives.
Yeah, and it's a complete console thing.
I mean, I don't speak for every PC, but this is like 98% of people.
Yeah. Well,
PC gamers hate exclusives.
Well, and it's inherently because you come from a very open place.
Yeah.
Where everything's open, and B, because if it's an exclusive, it's probably a console exclusive that will never come to PC.
Right, that's true.
Except for now.
Because, like, when, console people start complaining to, like, making fun of PC people, they're like, well, we have all these exclusives, like Star Citizen, like, you can't play these. So, I mean, it's whatever. I just would prefer an open marketplace, hence why I prefer Google over Apple. Like, I would just, like, let developers, whatever, hardware manufacturers kind of use your operating system for whatever they want, and then, have it a free, open, ecosystem, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, consoles, or not consoles, but exclusives, like you said, consoles aren't going to have Star Citizen.
Yeah.
But it's not because Sony, or it's not because, like, Microsoft owns Star Citizen. It's because they just can't run it, right?
Right,
So PCs have exclusives, but it's only because, like, the developers couldn't feasibly put their games on the consoles because they would if they could, because they want to make more money.
Yeah, it does seem to be that route,
yeah, and there are 40 million PS4s in the wild.
Yeah.
Plus. So it's like a money fountain if they could. It's just they can't because their games are too big and too detailed and all that stuff. Whereas if Sony has an exclusive, it's because one of their studios made it.
Great, yeah, that makes sense. I just wish, all things would work. If you can, just have it work. But I understand why both consoles do it and why PCs do it. Yeah.
Right. So the Xbox One S comes out in August.
Wow, okay.
Very soon.
Yeah, that's much sooner than I thought.
Very soon. So yeah, Microsoft did have overall a really solid press conference, and they always do. They always have solid press conferences.
That's good.
But Sony does this thing.
Yeah.
Every year, at least for the past 2 years, where people leave the Microsoft press conferences saying the same thing, like, oh, that was a really good solid press conference. Sony's going to have to do a lot to top that. And then Sony freaking demolishes them every year.
Really?
At least for the past 2 years. And that's not coming from me as a PlayStation gamer. That's coming from everyone on the internet.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So I went and saw the Sony press conference in a theater because they do this thing that's like E3 experience, Sony press conference, E3 experience, where select theaters you can go and you can stream on the big screen the Sony press conference with a bunch of other hardcore PlayStation fans.
Okay.
And I never did it, but I did it for the first time this past Sony press conference.
Yeah.
And they just came out there, and it was just trailer after trailer after trailer after trailer of new
content
games.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of them from their first parties.
No one's ever seen.
Yes.
Wow.
That we haven't heard from, their first party studios that we haven't heard from in months.
Yeah.
And usually when you have a press conference, it's some dude comes out and talks about garbage for a second, or for 10 minutes, and then they show a trailer, and then it's broken up by another set of conversations, and then they go out and sit on a couch and do a quick fake interview. This was literally trailer after trailer after trailer, like I said.
Man, so the crowd was probably just nonstop, oh my god.
Yeah, and every trailer was freaking exciting. The lulls in the press conference, because usually you have lulls because it's hard to fit in on an hour and 15 minutes with just pure, goodness.
Yeah, and it's just a room full of 90% dudes anyways.
Yeah. Yeah, the lull of this press conference was the Lego Star Wars trailer. And even that was cool.
Yeah.
It's just we knew that existed already. So it wasn't as amazing. So I'm not going to talk about the whole press conference, just a couple standout points from it.
Yeah.
The first thing, I don't know if it was the first thing, but I'm going in order from least to greatest.
Okay.
The first thing that caught my eye was Resident Evil 7.
Oh wow.
Will be playable completely with PSVR.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's huge. People are flipping out.
Yeah. Did you ever play a Resident Evil game?
Way back in the day. I want to say probably around 3 maybe. It's been a while.
So you played one of the older ones on...
Yeah, we had I think it was my friend Scott back in the day.
Okay.
Back in the apartment.
Gotcha. But yeah, so I haven't played many Resident Evil games. I played 2 seconds of the first one, and I played through Resident Evil 4, and I loved it.
They were pretty fun, yeah.
I think we just burped at the same time.
Yeah. We both went off mic.
Yeah, we both turned our heads at the same.
Austin, do not edit that pause out.
I will not edit. Yeah, I will too. But yeah, so Resident Evil 7, and it was a dope trailer, suspenseful. We didn't know what it was until the end. It's called Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which Biohazard is the name of the game in other countries. Other countries call it Biohazard.
Huh.
Yeah, so...
Yeah, that's weird.
It's neat that they're joining it together. So this is Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. But I'm just imagining being in VR for a horror game. And that's exactly what I wanted from day one. Because I'm going to be down here in the basement with my VR headset on. Yeah. And, like, usually when you see when you're playing a scary game, it's like... You can, like, turn away or hit the home button on your PlayStation and it's gone. Mm-hmm. But this is like you're there and you're in it. And you just have to close your eyes, and even if you close your eyes, you've got headphones on, so you're still there. And you're like, oh! So I'm just imagining a situation where I'm down here screaming, and like someone comes down and is like, is everything okay?
I'm glad someone else has that type of experience. Like, the last time I felt like that, I want to say it was like Metro Last Light or Metro 2033.
Yep.
So I was like on the second floor of this building that has holes in the floor. Okay, so I needed to go from one end of the building to the other end on the second floor, and there's holes in the floor.
Okay.
There is this giant monster chasing you, and you have to like navigate around the holes. And I was leaning up in my chair to like get my back further away from the monster physically. Yeah. Like in person, like as if it was like in my room. And I was just like, no. I kept like saying that. Yep. And I kept like leaning up. Like I felt like something was going to hit me in the back. Oh, it was so freaky.
So imagine that in VR.
Oh, it's going to be 10 times worse like that. People are like, some people online are just like straight up, I'm not doing horror in VR. Because there's like Dread Halls. There's some people like, it's kind of like low polygon, like low texture type game. And some people even say, I tried it for 5 minutes. I was like, no. I'm like, oh, whatever. Well, like, I haven't tried it yet, but I don't think it'll be that scary. But like something like a AAA game like Resident Evil 7, you said? Mm-hmm. That will be freaky.
It's going to freaking make people jump out of windows.
Yeah, and I don't really I like scary movies, but that...
Scary games, being there, it's on another level.
It's like jump scares. So jump scares will still get me.
Did you ever play Slender?
No, but I know of Slender Man.
It's Slender Man's in it.
Oh, okay, right.
Slender was just a game that came out... It's probably been like 4 or 5 years now. Okay. Even more than that, but it was free. You download it, somebody made it, and it's just... kind of like a lower polygon count. Yeah. It wasn't too crazy graphically. I downloaded it on like a really crappy computer, but it's a game where you're walking around this big open area that's dark, and you can't really see much except for like what's in front of you, and you've got to pick up these pages. Like,
and for people that don't know, Slender Man is this really tall alien looking like No-Face that's wearing a suit.
Yes.
Yeah, a black suit with a black tie or red tie.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, whoa. We're in
Jinx, you owe me 8 beers.
Is that what it is?
It went up from 5. I've been saying to Tyler 5, but now it's 8.
Is that what it is now that we're adults?
I should have said it with our burps that were in unison.
Dang it, you got me again. But
now you owe me like a 24-pack.
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh damn!
You're out on your own. I'm not gonna do that.
But it could be your first. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Let's move on.
So I don't even know what we were talking about.
Slender Man.
This game is like you're in this field and this presence is around you. You don't know where it is. You know it's there, and it's the Slender Man. And every once in a while you'll turn around and he'll just be there. And you turn around and like you die if he catches you.
Damn. Okay.
And it's a low polygon count game, but it made me scream in terror.
Well, that reminds me of kind of like Minecraft with that one alien that goes like.
Oh.
You know, where he steals your blocks.
That's based on Slender Man.
Oh, really?
Enderman.
I did not know that.
That's why it's called.
Interesting. I mean,
Enderman.
They like if you attack him, then he'll like kill you. But like,
yeah.
Like he always just scares me.
If he attacks
like,
you, he'll kill you.
Like he'll scare me, and then I'll be like, "No, stop stealing my blocks!" Then I get mad. You know, it's always that. Yeah. It's like, "Oh my god, oh hey, stop stealing my blocks! That's my mud hut."
I'm gonna follow this tangent just really quick.
Okay,
Did you ever get to the Ender Dragon?
No, but I think Tom and Kate wanted me to go there with them one time.
If you guys ever play, you have to tell me because we have to get there.
Maybe they haven't. I don't know. Is this something rare?
I mean, it just takes...
It takes forever to get down there, right?
It takes time.
Yeah.
Because you've got to get...
Or a portal. You have to make a portal or something.
So making the portal's pretty easy. You just need obsidian, so you got to go down to the bottom of the world and blah, 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 get a city. The time-consuming part is you got to kill, like, I think it's 8 Endermen.
Yeah.
Or more. Yeah. And get 8 Ender Pearls.
Right.
And they don't always drop the Ender Pearls, so you got to kill, like, maybe more. And they're random spawns, so you got to go to, like, a desert where they're usually at or something and get friends, and they're hard to kill. But, yeah. Then you just throw the pearls up into the air, and they'll lead you to the Ender
That's so weird.
portal.
I've never even heard of that.
Oh shoot. Okay, sorry. The Obsidian portal is to get to the Nether, not to get
Yeah.
to the Ender Dragon. But anyway, yeah.
Either way.
You throw the pearls and it takes you to the portal and you go in there and you kill the Ender Dragon.
Huh.
And when you get there, it's just this big island in the middle of this dark realm.
Okay.
In the middle of nowhere. It's not an island with water around it. It's an island with expansive darkness around it.
Really? Yeah.
With nothing but like 100 Endermen and a dragon.
Oh
That's
my
the Ender
God.
Dragon. I had to kill him for the platinum on PS3.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so I had to platinum that game on PS3 and saved it.
Crazy.
But anyway,
Yeah,
I'll have to
honestly,
play
like
with that sometime.
I'll be waiting for VR support for that. But honestly, like this summer, I'm not gonna be like
I
too
understand.
versed in gaming. I think because I'm
Yeah.
just gonna be too much outside.
you're having a real life.
Well, not that. It's just I guess.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, I mean
No,
I just like being outside.
Yeah, totally. And I do too. But anyway, back to E3. So Sony's press conference was awesome. There was Resident Evil 7 that I'm really excited about.
Yeah.
The second thing, the highlight of the conference to me,
Okay.
got an audible woo out of me, and I stood up and started clapping.
Really?
Yeah. Sean Layden, representative from Sony, you wouldn't know who he is,
Yeah.
walked out on the stage with the Crash Bandicoot music playing in the background.
Okay, I
Like,
see. Yeah.
and he's got they superimposed a Crash Bandicoot shadow behind him, so it looks like
that's
he's
cool.
walking, but Crash just
I can
shadows behind
imagine
him.
it, yeah.
They announced remasters of the first 3 Crash Bandicoot games.
Oh wow! So then people get hyped for the new one. Basically,
They're not making a new one.
Oh what?
They're not making a new
So
one.
that's still good though.
Yes.
Wow! So everything's gonna look great.
Oh my God, they're
They'll probably
remaking
add
Crash
like
Bandicoot.
maps and stuff, like new.
You don't need maps in Crash.
Really?
Yeah, they
Oh.
might add new things to make it cool, but they said from the ground up they're remaking it. It's not just they're putting an extra layer of polish because it's a PS1 game. And
Oh,
it's gonna do that.
okay.
So they're remaking the first 3 games, which are like Crash Bandicoot 1 was my first game that I ever played, and it's my favorite game of all time.
Are they gonna make it all in one game or 3 new games?
I probably all in one because
That makes sense.
they'd
Yeah.
probably be able to easily fit that on a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah, and that would sell, obviously.
Oh, it's gonna sell like freaking. I'll buy 10 copies. I will.
Yeah.
I'll give it to all my friends. I don't even
Just
care.
yeah.
I'll buy you a PlayStation so you can have it. You might not even like the game.
I'll be like, thanks, Austin. Click. Oh, it's sold on eBay for $300. Wow, that was an accident. I'm sorry. Now I have to sell it.
But yeah, that excited me greatly. And so it's Activision. Activision technically owns Crash Bandicoot
Okay.
now because Sony owned it and Naughty Dog made the first 3 Crash games, but then
Yeah.
they sold it to I think it was like Traveler's Tales or something, and then Activision ended up with it.
Yeah.
So they own it now, and that's why Sony hasn't made any new games. And they've been trying to partner with Activision for a while to get new Crash games out. So their compromise is Activision's going to remaster the first 3 games in partnership with Sony,
Right.
and Crash is going to be in the new Skylanders game that comes out this year.
Oh, I don't even. Yeah.
Do you know what Skylanders is?
No.
It's one of those. It's one of those games where you buy action figures and put it on a portal, and it's in a game.
Oh right. Okay, I've seen that. Yeah.
Kind of like Disney Infinity, but Skylanders.
Okay,
Skylanders was the first one.
Yeah. Okay.
So Crash is going to be in their new Skylanders game too.
Oh,
So it's
alright.
kind of like compromise on both
Yeah.
sides. That was the other thing I was excited about.
Yeah.
That was very exciting. And
Sounds like it.
the third thing in that press conference that was big, and this is the last thing we'll talk about, the Sony press conference.
Yeah.
Do you know who Hideo Kojima is?
No.
So
Sounds Japanese.
he is extraordinarily Japanese.
Okay.
He's like the brain behind Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
One of the most famous and loved developers, or leads of a studio in video game history.
Okay.
Which isn't that much of a history, but
Uh-huh.
he's one of the biggest dudes in video games right now. He's just been. Do you know anything about?
What's a big? I mean, Metal Gear Solid's a pretty large game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and he just had a falling out with Konami. Like he was with Konami and his own
Okay.
studio with Konami
That's
forever,
stupid,
but they had a really messy breakup basically,
Really?
and Konami screwed him.
Ugh.
So he's coming back with a vengeance, and everybody loves him because it's like a phoenix rising from the ashes. But now he's making an exclusive game with his new studio for the PlayStation.
He sounds like a gaming guru.
He is.
Yeah.
He's like one of the Yodas of video games.
Yeah, because everybody loves Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, he's huge. So he showed off the first teaser trailer for his new game with Norman Reedus in it.
Huh.
From The Walking Dead.
Okay.
He plays, who's the dude with the crossbow in The Walking Dead?
Oh, I know him from Boondock Saints.
Yeah, him. From
Okay,
Boondock
yeah,
Saints.
he's cool.
So, the crazy thing is, he was going to make a game with him when he was in Konami.
Okay.
But they had a falling out and they canceled all of his games. So now he's like, friggin' screw you guys, I'm making a game with Norman Reedus anyway.
Wow, yeah. He's pretty hot, yeah. Hot in popularity.
He's huge right now.
Yeah, a lot of people like him.
They do. It was kind of funny. They tweeted a picture out of him.
Wait, is it going to be just his voice? Or
no, he's doing all the motion capture.
Oh, so he's the main character.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So since he's so popular in that show, okay.
You should see the trailer. It looks exactly like him.
I'll have to look at it off air, yeah.
Yeah. So he came up, and I thought I was excited for Crash Bandicoot, but the dude next to me lost his gourd when Hideo Kojima was on stage because, they gave him an intro like, oh, one of the greatest minds in video games, blah, blah, blah. And the dude next to me is like, Kojima.
Yeah.
And then he started like, Kojima! And he's like hugging people and stuff.
Like, goal!
He totally was, but yeah. So they announced their new game, and he freaked out. And he didn't even know what it was, but like in the trailer, in the lead up to the trailer, there was like a beach with a bunch of dead crabs on it in this game, and he was like, oh my god, crabs! Crabs! And he's freaking out about it.
So no matter what, he would be freaking out.
Yeah.
Like, marshmallows!
Yeah. Yeah. That was the third thing. It was just kind of funny.
That's cool.
Watch the press conference in the theater. It was fun.
Sounded like you had a good time. So,
I did. Yeah, I did. But yeah. I've been talking a very long time about video games, so.
E3 is a big conference.
Yeah.
That's the only one I recognize out of the ones you listed, so it must be big enough to catch my attention.
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So we're gonna put a pin in E3. Gonna move on to something else, Anthony. I know you kind of mentioned it earlier, but you've been like mega active, doing a lot of stuff this summer and biking everywhere and
lots of outdoor activities.
Yeah. So, like when you're biking, where exactly do you bike?
So I currently live in Morrow, Ohio.
Okay.
And that's basically 5 minutes east of Kings Island. Yeah. So it's kind of like most people don't realize there's things out like past Kings Island, but yeah. So there's a bike trail that runs along the Little Miami River that I believe starts in Milford, Ohio, and goes all the way up to Xenia, which is pretty far north.
Yeah, how far?
It might even go further north or whatever. I'm not sure exactly. But so I start in South Lebanon, and I usually go Monday and Wednesdays, but like Tom and I went this last Saturday.
Yeah, your friend Tom.
So I usually start in South Lebanon, and then I go up to Oregonia, or I'll go past Loveland and then double back into Loveland and eat in Loveland.
Okay.
But when I go to Oregonia, it's like a pretty much even. I bike to this biker bar, which is
I was gonna say
it's got like motorcyclists and bicyclists or cyclists.
So it's like all kinds of biker bar.
So yeah, you got people that are in like leather and like chrome everywhere, and then you have people in like spandex with like their bike helmets like sitting on their chair.
Yeah.
And then there's me with my laptop just like eating a salad or like chicken and like just like on Facebook or whatever.
Do you ever talk to the bikers?
I don't really talk to most people. I think it's like they
people
don't.
in general?
Yeah, they don't understand what I'm doing. I really don't know because I don't look exactly like a cyclist.
You probably stand
but I definitely don't look like a biker. And I have like a laptop, and like no one else really has a laptop there, so that's neat. So it's
what's
like
he doing looking at stocks?
Yeah, exactly. Well, sometimes I do. So yeah. So that bar, like Oregonia, is neat because you ride through the countryside along the river, and all of a sudden out pops this like little village. It's not even a town, and there's one bar in there, and it's a restaurant bar, and it's got a huge patio, and I love it. So I do that twice a week basically, and it's a 26.2 miles round trip. So it takes me about 52 minutes to get there, and then about an hour to get back because I'm usually like tired and I have food in my belly.
Yeah.
But I love this sort of exercise because this last winter has been like just brutal on me. For some reason, like I love winter, like I love the seasons, but this last winter was like I was done. Like I was like come like January, I was like I'm done with this. Like I need to be outside.
Done with
and
the
like
cold.
Okay. I was just getting cabin fever.
Yeah.
And so I brought this up to you before, but not really on a podcast. Right. But I had been like working out in the basement, which is like just doing kickboxing and then stationary bike
with like a heavy bag and.
Yeah, kickbox. Oh yeah, right. Kickboxing with a heavy bag, and then that's half the time. And then I would do like stationary bike the other half, things like that. So basically, like cardio and then like weights and stuff.
Right.
But after a while, I mean, I would just use my tablet on the stationary bike to watch Anthony Bourdain, which is entertaining, but man, I mean, there's only so much like concrete and like heavy bag that you stand after a while.
Yeah. So, do you watch like the Food Network and stuff while you're working out as like an enticing thing?
No, it's just, Anthony Bourdain has tons of episodes, so I wanted something I can consistently just like, okay, now it's stationary bike time. Like, because the heavy bag, I just listen to like Daft Punk or like Deadmau5.
Yeah.
Just because it's like upbeat and I like love kicking and punching. Like a heavy bag, mind you. But
yeah, watch out.
Yeah, I mean, once I got my flexibility back up, it was real fun.
You should bring that up on like first dates and stuff. Like,
nah.
What do you like? Oh, the girls
I like kicking things.
My two favorite hobbies are kicking and punching.
Kicking? Well, it was for a while there. Like if I missed like a kickbox day, like my legs felt like coiled springs. Like I had to like I was just, I don't know, I was in it.
Drumming's kind of like that for me.
Okay, yeah, I've actually heard that. Yeah, mm-hmm. You gotta like let it out. Like for some reason my legs were just, once I got the flexibility where I could like kick as high as my head, that's, once I got there, then it was just like, because there was no pain, you know what I mean? I just effortless. Anyways. So I just got kind of like, what were you gonna say?
You can keep going.
Okay, so I kind of just got sick of being inside. Like I love, like exercise makes me feel much better, with the diet. But
yeah.
So when it got warm, I mean the minute it got warm, I was wearing like hoodies even when I started this. So I would ride my bike that 26-mile trip, and I freaking loved it. My first time out, I saw like a family of deer. Like in a field, like just like out there, and I was like, oh my god! Like I think I audibly, like I was listening to a book on tape, like on my headphones. Yeah. But I think I audibly said like, oh my god!
That's awesome.
Like this is like my first trip out here, and there's just like this nice, pleasant, picturesque, deer family. Yeah. Just chilling, grazing in a field, and I'm just riding along, and this is my exercise, and I'm listening to a book, and I'm just out in the whatever. But I think this like what really got me like the juices flowing with this exercise is like back in college I read for pleasure Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, and I'll get to how it's relating to it. Yeah. This is very like I was thinking about it actually when I was riding. I was like, I knew this like gelled somehow in my brain, like why I was like becoming passionate about like just exercising in this way. Yeah. So that book is basically about a father and his son that take a motorcycle and go across country on a cross-country trip. Okay. And it talks about like just how the motorcycle breaks down, you have to fix it. But what really is relating to the biking that I'm doing is he was a great author, and he was very descriptive, and I love descriptive authors, even in nonfiction like this. So he romanticized the riding of the motorcycle itself, and he like compared it to like the difference of riding into a car. So when you're like riding through the mountains, the Rocky Mountains or whatever, like forest and things like that, you're like you're just not in a box where you can see outside, but you're actually like experiencing the environment as you go. So you're turning into the turns, or you're leaning into the turns rather. So in a car, you're just kind of like, Yeah. But like you have to like your whole body has to like on a motorcycle. Like I'm not really a motorcycle rider, but like I just know from biking. Right. Like when you turn into it, it's like you don't actually, when you're going at such a speed, you don't have to actually turn the handlebars. You actually lean. Yeah. So it's just that like whole bot, like you're one with the machine. Yeah, like you're going with the natural flow. It's and like natural motion. Yeah, you and the machine are like one thing. Yeah. You're both operating in one thing. Yeah. And but he also goes into like just the humidity changes. Like there's little patches, like little things that you would never really think about. I didn't even think about it until I read this book. Wow. And and then the different smells. So it's just whiffing over you, and like just the heat. It's all these like sensory stimulate, or it's just stimulized. Yeah, especially after reading the book. Yeah, that's where I'm like drawing all this from, and I didn't realize how I was like, and then I was like, oh my god, that Zen and the art of motorcycle maintenance, like that's no wonder why I'm like romanticizing my exercise. It's just the bike trail, but I'm like, I'm falling in love with this. Like,
that's so cool. It's
but
almost,
and then you like see the wildlife. Like Tom and I this Saturday, we saw an owl like try to get something on a bike trail, and then it just like flew off, and it was like freaking huge, and it was during the day. We're like, we didn't even know owls were even out during the day. Apparently, like when you go outside, like you see stuff like that. But like I love it. I mean it's
it's almost like you were always kind of feeling those things, but it didn't click in your brain that you were feeling them until the book brought your attention to
exactly.
those
I didn't know it was something to even articulate.
Yeah, it was just kind of happening until the book forced you to take that introspective look.
Exactly, because as a kid, I always loved being outside, and like I got the idea like when I was younger, like as a family we'd go on a bike trail, so like kind of like borrowed from that, but like the fact of me like getting like in the zone with it, it's definitely that book definitely expanded like my experience with that. So it's really neat. And I read that book like a long time ago. I'm talking like 10 years ago.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Must have stuck with you.
Oh yeah. It was a good book.
That's
I highly recommend it.
Yeah, I would love to read it. I love reading like hippie-ish stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean
Deep thoughts and such.
Yeah, it's basically just a father and a son, and that's just it's a really, really neat book.
We'll have to ride bikes sometime.
Definitely, yeah.
Because my dad is way into riding bikes too, and he was talking about riding on the Loveland Trail.
Oh, that's the same trail.
Yeah. So he wants to come up here and ride sometime too, and I'll need to get a bike because my bike I haven't had a new bike since I was like probably 12 or something.
You got an extra mountain bike, yeah.
Mountain bike would be perfect because I wouldn't get one of those like thin wheeled cyclist bikes. Where
I have like a hybrid.
Okay.
So mountain bikes aren't the greatest for pavement.
No.
But a hybrid's like I love it. It's perfect.
Yeah, it sounds like something that I would
I'm not like super pro. Like the only time people like I'm like booking it. Like I'm not like just joyriding, but like the people that do pass me are those like super psyched where they're like super aerodynamic. Yeah, like even their like the front bars are like flat instead of round.
Yep.
Just for aerodynamics. Like they're like carbon fiber.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen those guys. Yeah, but that sounds completely awesome. I would love to get into that because right now I kind of just work out in the gym and run and stuff. But biking is great because, like you're saying, you get to see nature and experience it, and it's not too, unless you're going like 1,000 miles an hour, it's not too hard on your body. You know,
I love
going up hills or something.
Yeah, because like I love listening to like podcasts, so I listen to like the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah.
Like now, like once I finish that Enter Player One, I think that's what that's called.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. You gave me like half of it.
Oh shoot! I forgot to give you the rest.
I never listened to the first half, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, right. But yeah, now
I
just listen to podcasts. But like even with other people, it's just there's just so much to keep your brain stimulated. It's crazy. You gotta watch out for twigs and like sticks on the thing, and like, people passing you, and you gotta pass people. So it's real entertaining. Like so, even though you don't have anything like Anthony Bourdain in front of you,
it's so.
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So to go back to something you brought up earlier and something that like it kind of sparked some curiosity in my brain.
Okay.
When you were talking about kicking like the heavy bag or whatever, and how after a few days if you didn't do it you felt like a coiled spring.
Yeah.
You felt like you had to get it out, and like I'm the same way with drumming. Like if I don't drum for a few days, I start going crazy, and it just feels so cathartic to start drumming after that. Like
I wonder if the brain just gets in like a rhythm. Or
what I'm wondering is everyone like that? Or only some people like that? Or are people like that start doing these things?
Huh. Like, is it a repetitive... Is this what you're saying? Like, is it a repetitive thing where, like...
It's kind
Maybe I don't know what you're talking about.
So it's kind of like a chicken or the egg thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you feel that way because you've given your brain this stimulation for so long and it's come to expect it? Or is everyone under this same kind of desire and stress, but they've never exerted it, so they don't know that that's what they need?
Interesting.
What do you think?
I would, since there's so many different things that people end up getting hooked to, I'm going to go on the side of once you start it, the brain likes it, and then when you stop, the brain, I mean, obviously, it's not a, well, it is its own entity, kind of with our, since we have subconscious.
Yeah.
But, I want to say it's like, you know, like, I don't know if muscle. No, that doesn't really relate to it. But yeah, that's an interesting.
Almost like a drug, because they talk about runner's high and how runners, they get this feeling when they're.
I think that's endorphins that get released.
Endorphins, yeah.
That's a chemical thing. But like what you're saying with what you're like, the brain mapping out like new patterns with muscle movements.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think you're talking about, and I think that's what it might be. What you're saying is actually, I understand what you mean.
Interesting.
Because when I would do the heavy bags, so I mean, obviously not trained in kickboxing, but I know, whatever. But I would do like a basic or whatever, and then start working on new things I would learn from like MMA that I watched.
Yeah.
And I just would, so once I started something, I kind of had to continue doing it. Yeah.
Huh. So now I'm thinking there are a lot of different things in life that satisfy that craving for repetitive motion.
Yeah,
and
interesting.
Take, for example, pop music. Pop music is created specifically with that in mind.
Yep.
Like...
There's, songwriters.
Yeah, because if you think of pop music and every song you hear on the radio every day, it's a formula. Especially if you listen to a pop music station. It's... Right now, you can listen to 5 songs and get the formula down, right? It's always 4/4.
Okay.
Always. Always in pop music. It's always going to be 4/4. It's always going to have a catchy beat that you remember. And I would... Yeah.
Maybe not that. Yeah.
Catchy beat, repetitive, catchy chorus.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
That's really all you need for a pop song. And that's exactly what you're talking about. Repetitive muscle movements, muscle motion.
Right.
It's satisfying things in your brain that it craves. So does everyone crave these things?
So when you break it down to like what the brain's doing, like maybe the brain likes consistent firings of certain synapses.
Synapses, dude. We said synapses on the podcast.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. And I think the music industry specifically has that down, and they know that about you.
Shoot.
And they are...
That's patented or copyrighted?
Well, they're marketing it right now to people.
I wonder if they have brain scans of people listening to pop music.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I'm sure that's probably happened.
Yep. And if you look back...
I'm going to have to look into this. That's very interesting you bring that up.
Yeah, it just kind of popped into my dome.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I was talking
to my friend. I think you're right, though. Repetitive thing, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe it's not necessarily the muscle movements.
Yeah.
But it's the brain, like you said, firing off like specific sets of synapses in a specific order.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah. That's definitely worthy of a Google, at least.
at least one Google.
I think it deserves a Google. One Google.
Just one.
This gets a 1 Google.
That's how we quantify things.
This gets a 3 Google.
Oh my goodness.
This gets a delete from Google history.
Yeah, they're just random thoughts. I like how we get like randomly hippie-ish at the end of like every episode. It seems like
it's probably when I start talking. I'm just kidding.
Well, at first it was video games, and we started talking about bikes, and I can see the natural progression of it. But on the same topic, I was talking to my friend Mish, who was gonna come to the cookout or whatever last Saturday.
Right.
I had a cookout last Saturday. It was pretty dope.
It was
fun.
We
can talk about it in a minute if we have time. But he was supposed to come, but he told me once that pop music isn't just like not only just hold on, how do I forget how to say every pop song nowadays doesn't just sound the same. Every pop song throughout the history of time sounds the same. So if you go back in time and listen to a pop song from the 50s, you'll hear the same rhythms and beats and choruses, not necessarily words, but like music that you hear in pop songs today, and it's been recycled for decades.
Well, there's videos on YouTube that express this, where they like a guitar player will play. Well, that's more chords.
That's chord progression plays into it though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes sense then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen a couple videos of that, like where it's just amazing. They just play the same chord and then they start singing, and your brain switches over
I've seen those videos,
automatically to that song, even though it's the same damn chord.
Yeah. Exactly. So they've had this formula worked out for a long time.
Yeah.
They just update it.
It's just brain rhythms.
Brainwashing. Oh,
brain rhythms. I didn't want to go to the
Big Brother
Orwellian ending of that.
No, and it's really not brainwashing. It's just a way to make money.
Yeah, basically. I mean, people keep buying it. Keep doing the same formula.
Yeah, and I don't hate it. But yeah, so that's
they're catchy.
Tidbits, thoughts, things that I was thinking.
Yeah.
So brought up the cookout. You're gonna touch briefly on the cookout.
Right.
Third topic of the day, we talked about E3, we talked about biking. Now we're going to touch on the cookout.
Yeah.
So, had a cookout at my house last Saturday. I just moved into this house like a few months ago. It's in Ohio.
Yeah.
I moved from Indiana. And I'm like, best way to break in this house is to have a cookout. I want to have all my friends here.
Yeah, that's perfect.
From all my different friend groups, and they combine and they meet each other, and it's great.
And it's, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Anthony was obviously there, along with a few friends that like I grew up with, and my cousin and my brother. You know, they're obviously friends as well.
Yeah.
You know, they're in a different category. So did that. It's so much work.
Yep.
Coming out of it.
Hosting a party is way more work than you think. Even the day of, even when you think you're prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I totally didn't.
Yeah, I mean, you did very well. I mean,
Thank
you were, because, like, I do remember people were like, oh, where's Austin? Like, when you were inside or whatever. Yeah. And I was just like, oh, man, that's him now. Because you went to my fire party and you saw me.
Yeah.
I had, like, an air wicking shirt on and I was still sweating my ass off.
Yeah, dude, it just kept moving.
I had to.
Wood on the fire, doing a
I don't think I stopped till like 2 a.m.
I don't think so either. And even then, you didn't really stop.
Yeah, I just don't stop.
Yeah. Hosting parties it's tiring, but man, it's really rewarding. And it's stuff that I love to do. Like, one of my favorite things is organizing things, like events.
Really?
Or
okay.
Yeah, like events or not necessarily just gatherings, but just things in general. Just organizing things and putting together things in a line that then culminate to a final product.
All right.
I like doing that. Not necessarily me doing all the work, but putting the pieces together that make it work. Like bringing friends to the cookout that can cook for me.
Right, yeah, right? As they...
Yeah, so I had a rotating cast.
That was almost with, like, military efficiency.
And I didn't even ask.
Yeah.
Like, I asked one dude to cook, and, like, he did for a while, but then he had to leave, and other people just... I didn't even have to ask. They just picked up the spatula, and they started cooking stuff.
Oh, my God.
It was awesome. So we had, like, 5 people working the cookout. And
that's cool.
Shout out to everyone that was there. You're all amazing. I love all of you.
Yeah, it was tons of fun.
But it was a lot of work. And,
I was very happy to meet everybody.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll do something like that for a long while.
Yeah.
Because it's so much work, but it was a good payoff, and I enjoyed doing it. So, thank you to everyone that's involved.
Well, you even helped out at my fire party.
I did.
I hope you help out again. I might have another one at the end of the summer. We'll see.
I would love to host things. And, like, even if someone just wanted to have a party, not even at my house, but they didn't want to do all the work, I'd be like, I'll do all the work. Let's make this party happen.
All right.
Because I like making things happen. Yeah, I just like making things happen and bringing things together because it's fun. And I hope that eventually, like, when this podcast permeates into other things, that we can get into maybe, like, skits or something.
Yeah.
Or different sorts of projects, like video projects.
I think we do need to dabble in at least screenwriting.
We were talking at work today. But yeah, totally.
Yeah. Or at least sketch writing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, we were talking at work with Tyler and Patrick
about
all the ridiculous, like, hypothetical skits that we play off in our mind and laugh at work. And if we can put those in video form, that'd be hilarious.
It would be. Yeah, it's the transition from thought to video,
It's difficult because it takes a lot of work.
Yeah. And I don't know about you, but I'm not, like, an actor. So, I mean, maybe, like, I could get the self-conscious away from that, but
you just gotta get a few cans in you.
A few cans. Maybe a few, IPAs.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, but I did a lot of skits and stuff when I was younger with like my brother and stuff. Not skits, but we would be like, you say this and I'll say this and it'll be funny, and then we go back and we recorded it, and we have all these videos when we were like mega young kids. Damn. And they're so funny.
I didn't have like accessible video back then. My best friend up the street and we did like fake radio shows, which is kind of funny that we're doing this right now.
Oh, fake radio
show. And the fact that like podcast, yeah. So I don't know where we got the idea. Maybe like Bob and Tom. I have no idea. Yeah. But we would just act like radio hosts, and then we would make voices of callers that would call in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like old ladies like, I can't hear you, turn up your mics. And be like, lady, your volume on the radio is down. What? You know, things like that.
We should do that. We should do that on this podcast.
Have like, I don't know.
No, I'm just
and have like zany things like,
the Seinfeld bass.
No.
No, I don't think we want to go into the zany territory like that.
No,
we'll save that for the sketches.
Yeah, that's good. Let's stick to talking.
Yeah, we'll stick to talking on the podcast for now. But yeah, definitely something that I want to try out in the future. I'm glad you're on board with that.
Yeah, that's cool. That sounds fun.
I agree. Well, I think we've talked enough for this week, Anthony.
Has it been an hour already?
Yes.
Again, like I always say?
You always say that. And I'm flattered by that because I know it just means you appreciate my company to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
definitely.
As an outro, Thank you for listening to episode 5 of Live with Austin and Anthony, question mark in quotations.
Working title.
Working title. We'll be back again next week. This is going to post on Friday. We'll be back again next Friday, so check Friday morning on my Facebook. Hopefully by then, we're not going to make any promises. It might be on iTunes. It might be a lot easier next week to get the podcast. But once again, thanks for listening. We will see you next week.
Later.
So
yeah,
you might,
talk like
it's pointed up right now. You might want it pointed towards you. So if you adjust this twisty black knob in there, it'll spin.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like it's easier because I'm short. Sounds like R2-D2.
When he's in, like, trouble. It's like right there. Yeah.